It's the best time of the year in the NFL. Training camps are back, and no team has higher expectations heading into the 2022 season than the Buffalo Bills. With my guy, Josh Allen, at the helm, the expectation, simply put, for the Bills this year is to go to the Super Bowl and win it. And I'm telling you right here, right now, as the Buffalo Bills start training camp, Josh Allen is going to lead the Buffalo Bills to the Super Bowl. Josh Allen, the numbers last year were really good. Remember, there were some bad losses, Pittsburgh to start the season, the Jacksonville debacle. There was a moment in time, midway point of the campaign, where New England was going to win the division. Buffalo was in jeopardy. Then Allen absolutely caught fire. The weapons around him, love it. James Cook, let James cook. I think Devin Singletary is a really good running back, but he's not special. Cook can be that guy, and Gabe Davis now number 2 behind Stephon Diggs as the number 1 receiver. Diggs number 1, Davis number 2. That's going to be dreamy. I love the receiver depth. Now the tight end depth with O.J. Howard and Dawson Knox. And year 5 for Josh Allen, this guy's going to be a star. And plus, you add Von Miller, who shows Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills how to get over the hump. It's not lip service. Oh, win the Super Bowl. Von Miller's done it. Von Miller's not a voice from the grave and go back to Super Bowl 50 with the Broncos and the Carolina Panthers. He did it last year. He did it last year when it mattered the most down the stretch. Von Miller, of all the acquisitions in the NFL, there are better players. There are guys who are going to make a bigger impact in terms of splashy statistics. No one was bigger for Sean McDermott's team than Von Miller. And McDermott, to me, look, he was under fire. We crushed him for the final 13 seconds of regulation. I'll never get over it. Bills fans will never get over it. What transpired in the Kansas City game. They didn't lose that game in Arrowhead based upon the flip of the coin of the overtime rules. They lost it based upon Sean McDermott and his coaching late. Even with Trey White starting at training camp on the PUP list, boy, they improved the defense with Von Miller, who's not just a leader, he's still an impactful player. They improved in the draft at the cornerback position. I think Brandon Beane has assembled the single best roster in the National Football League. The Bills this year can easily have a top 3 offense, top 3 defense. Josh Allen is going to be top 3 for league MVP, for Offensive Player of the Year. It's year 5 for Allen. Josh Allen is leading the Buffalo Bills to a championship. Kyler Murray is where he wants to be. Sure. The Arizona Cardinals awarded their franchise quarterback with a massive 5-year, $230 million extension. And I want to stress this. I get it. And Steve Schein told me on my SiriusXM radio show on the Monday after the draft that they were going to sign Kyler Murray by the time training camp started. And they did. And if you have Kyler Murray, you have a Pro Bowl quarterback. You have a top 6 through 13 QB in the NFL. And Kyler Murray has put up big-time numbers. Kyler Murray, the touchdown-to-interception ratio, the pass yards, the ability to run with the football. He puts up great statistics. But Kyler Murray is not a big-time player when it matters the most. Kyler Murray, 2020-2021, 5-11 from November on, including the postseason. And remember, last year in the Rams game, he threw up all over himself. And look at the offensive pieces here. And I love the Hollywood Brown trade, and he has a rapport with Kyler Murray. You know, and I love Rondell Moore. I love Ertz for a full season. Connor was solid last year. Still believe in A.J. Green. Kyler Murray, at the end of the day, I don't think he has what it takes to be great. He's diminutive. I mean, I'm 5'10", 178. There's no way he's even close to my height or my weight. And I don't play quarterback for the Arizona Cardinals. And I think it's an applicable conversation going into the crystal ball because he's so diminutive, he gets nicked and knacked, and that hurts his productivity in the aforementioned statistics in terms of how he struggles 2020, 2021, why it's going to be a continued trend, struggling November, December, and and into the postseason if the Cardinals even make the postseason. How about this report today? Ian Rappaport says in the contract for Kyler Murray, there are clauses about the work he needs to put in. And this is a problem here because Kyler Murray, and I've said this before, he's not the prototypical leader, and that's a problem. He's not the quarterback who's the first one in, last one to leave. Scrubbing his social media was an absolute immature joke. He was like a petulant middle schooler. I mean, he looks like one in terms of his physical stature, but he acted like a scorned lover in middle school. I mean, it's embarrassing, the agent's statements. I understand, and the Cardinals know better than anyone else, right? You know, they had Carson Palmer, they had Kurt Warner, you know, a cup of coffee with Jake Plummer. Historically, the Arizona Cardinals have not had that franchise quarterback. Two types of teams in the NFL. You either have a quarterback or you don't. And if you have Kyler Murray, you have a quarterback that could put up numbers. The contract is crazy. His work ethic is not there. His maturity, I don't believe the light is ever going to go on. Kyler Murray has a lot to prove to himself, to the Cardinals organization. This is not a day to celebrate if you're an Arizona Cardinals fan, where there's a clause in your contract telling you to work. That's the Arizona Cardinals knowing that there's a problem, and I don't believe Kyler Murray will ever lead the Arizona Cardinals to the Super Bowl. Davante Adams already putting my guy Derek Carr in the same conversation as Aaron Rodgers, and honestly, I love it. I couldn't be any more excited. This is Davante Adams and Derek Carr's time to shine. And look, no one loves Derek Carr more than I do. Nobody. He's not a Hall of Famer. If his career ended today, or even if he has he's not a Hall of Famer. Great player, not a Hall of Famer. But Adams, who's the number one receiver in the NFL, bar none, changes everything for Derek Carr and the Raiders. They're going to win a minimum of 11 games. Carr is going to easily throw for over 5,000 yards. Adams is that good. You don't have to worry about chemistry with Carr and Adams. They were besties, dominant together in college. You don't have to worry about a learning curve or friendship. Davante Adams talked about playing with Derek Carr a year ago. We talked about that at length on Time to Shine. By the way, Davante Adams, best receiver in the NFL. He's going to make Hunter Renfrow that much better. He's going to make Darren Waller that much better. Josh Jacobs that much better. Plus, you have our guy, Josh McDaniels, the new head coach play caller, who loves Carr. Carr never had that support from John Gruden. Josh McDaniels is going to put the whole thing together brilliantly. I had Carson Palmer, former NFL quarterback, former Raider quarterback, on my SiriusXM radio show today. He said Derek Carr can absolutely take the Raiders to the Super Bowl this year. It's possible. That's the beauty of going from a great player to a great player. Davante Adams putting Carr and Rodgers in the same sentence, that got all the Twitter tough guys all bent out of shape on social media. And make no mistake, Carr's not Aaron Rodgers. Nobody is. Rodgers, to me, the most talented quarterback in NFL history. But Derek Carr is Davante Adams' guy. And Derek Carr is going to lead the Raiders deep into the playoffs. Let's take 5 on a Monday. 5 takes from the world of sports, starting in Major League Baseball, where, hold on, I got to throw up in my mouth as I say this. The Houston Astros deserve to be at the top of the official Time to Shine MLB Power Rankings. I mean, it's nauseating, but it's true. They swept the Seattle Mariners on the heels of sweeping my New York Yankees Thursday in a doubleheader. They've won 5 straight games to start the second half, and they absolutely they got it going on. The Mariners had won 14 straight games until they ran into the Houston Astros. The Astros are deep, talented, confident, and they're only a game and a half behind my New York Yankees. And if the Yankees don't get home field advantage, the 1 seed in the American League, there is no chance the Yankees would march into Houston and take a Game 6 or Game 7 against the Astros. Verlander is amazing. The pitching's been great. Dusty Baker's team has got it going on. And the Astros have that look and that feel of the best team in baseball. Pick number 2 on a Monday. My guy, Aaron Judge, is rolling. 37th homer of the year yesterday against the Baltimore Orioles. And watching Judge when he's on a heater, when he's on a hot streak, I mean, it is so much fun as a fan, and he put a charge in that one right there. And Aaron Judge is putting up some historic numbers, leads baseball in homers. He's on pace to go over 61, and that's a big deal, obviously, going back to Roger Maris when you think about Yankee history. But the Michael King injury is a killer. I can't even be, as a Yankee fan, fired up about Judge because King has been amazing. Fractured elbow, done for the season. The Yankees need another relief pitcher now. Losing Michael King, Yankees fans like me know that is brutal for New York. Third take on a Monday. Once again, the Dodgers look like a championship club. They have won 8 straight games, on fire since the end of June. Freddie Freeman's locked in, Trey Turner's locked in. They swept the Giants, the blood rivals, in a 4-game series. How about Mookie Betts getting the party started? That was awesome on Thursday. Trace Thompson hitting a bomb. His brother Clay is going nuts. I mean, the whole thing has just been incredible. Look at these numbers, 19-2 since the 29th of June. Listen, don't minimize the Dodgers or forget about them just because we all expected them to be great. Dodgers, best team in the National League, bar none, as we've said consistently all year. To the NFL, speaking of LA, the Rams report to training camp as the clear favorites in the NFC. Matthew Stafford doesn't have anything to prove to anyone in terms of can he win in a big spot, just did it. They added Allen Robinson. You have a full season of Cam Akers running the football, adding Bobby Wagner in addition to Aaron Donald. I'm not worried about Jalen Ramsey starting training camp. It's July on the PUP list. Cooper Kupp is coming off of the Triple Crown season. Listen, Aaron Donald is the best player in all of football. Sean McVay is fabulous. And if you go through the landscape of the NFC, it's not the AFC, there is no team even close to the LA Rams. Final take on a Monday. Reports indicate that the Boston Celtics have engaged in talks with the Nets about a Kevin Durant trade. Now, this would be a legit wow move. This would equal a Celtics championship. But I believe this was leaked to Adrian Wojnarowski by Brooklyn because, frankly, I think it's a salvo as a way to tell the Nets to tell Kevin Durant, listen, Jaylen Brown's not going to cut it. We're still not trading you. But the Celtics have a bit of a mess to clean up. Brown is sensitive, feels like he hasn't really been embraced fully or loved by the Boston fans. I talked to his friend Tracy McGrady about that on my SiriusXM radio show. Brown, after the report, tweeted this afternoon, shaking my head. If I'm the Boston Celtics, you have 2 choices here. Either trade for Kevin Durant, which would be a wow move, unbelievable deal, or you need to let Jaylen Brown know we're not going to give you away in any kind of transaction. Remember, there was friction earlier in the year.
Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe, and don't forget to hit the bell for more videos.